Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Tuesday the 28th of June 2022. A lot going on today, an absolute lot. So let's just quickly rush through it. We got confirmation. We basically knew it had happened. It's just until you see the pictures and the official confirmation, you're kind of worrying that it's not happening. But it happened. Benik Afobe and George Honeyman have joined their new Millwall teammates for day 2 of the Lions pre-season training camp in the Republic of Ireland on Tuesday. After putting pen to paper, the duo, Garrett's second and third summer signings, spent time on the grass alongside Zion Fleming and others as they bedded into the squad. And then we've got the pictures from there. So there's the picture there. That's what we were waiting for. And there it is, confirmation. Done and dusted. There he is, Benik Afobe and George Honeyman. So let's just have a quick look through these pictures from training. Same whole table. I don't think we're going to see anything new. Apparently George Saville's going to come back for training next week, I think, or the end of this week. So there they are. There's a lot of George Honeyman. Yep, there they are. Let's quickly run through these. Yep, Benik Afobe seems to be quite happy, smiling, taking a lot of fit pictures, doing selfies and stuff for the Millwall Twitter and stuff like that. So it's all good, isn't it? There you go. Seems to be having a lot of fun. And we're back to the beginning, so there you go. Confirmation. So let's learn a little bit more about Benik Afobe and George Honeyman deals, what happened and what's going on going forward. So this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. The lowdown on Benik Afobe, Millwall strikers extra motivation to impress after sealing Den return. Benik Afobe is Millwall's third signing in the summer transfer window. The experienced striker has been moved for an undisclosed fee from Stoke City. Here is the lowdown on the player. What do we know about the player? Good question. Quite a bit, considering he's just come off a successful season-long loan stay with the Lions, and his performances and goal return during that period meant that plenty of the club supporters were hoping that Afobe would be back again for the 22-23 campaign. Yep, I certainly was. He scored 13 goals in all competitions for Millwall. Was a huge improvement on Kenneth Zahor and Troy Parrott. Amen, yes he was, who both joined on a temporary basis in the season before on West Brom and Tottenham respectively. What does he give the Lions? Afobe showed in his last day in SC16 that he has the pace to get in behind opposition defences and he's an accomplished finisher. His performance in the 2-0 win over Huddersfield Town in mid-March stands out. Afobe scored both goals and could easily have had 4 or 5 on the night, proving too much of a handful for an opposition that had been in red-hot form. 9 of his 13 goals came after the turn of the year. He seemed to get stronger, sharper and more confident as he changed together the matches. It's only a 1-year deal. Afobe had looked set to join Club Brugge, but the move broke down over the weekend and the former Arsenal youngster's instant preference was to come back to the Lions. It's a permanent transfer, but only for 12 months, meaning that Afobe will still be able to assess his options as a free agent next summer, which is also when his Stoke terms had been due to expire. You can argue that leaves Millwall in a vulnerable position to lose him, but equally, if he does have a really successful season, then that can only bode well for the South Londoners. Results plus Afobe will have plenty of motivation if it was required to deliver the goods. Yeah, I don't think it's anything to do. I think it's literally like a technical term. They wanted to sign him on loan, and Stoke said, F off. So they said, what about if we do it as a permanent transfer, but for 12 months? And I imagine Afobe agreed with that. So I think that's the reasoning behind it. Milestone approaching. Afobe needs 3 appearances to reach 200 championship matches. He scored 55 goals at that level. And if he nets 7 goals this coming season, then his career haul for Millwall will be 20 and see him go 1 ahead of his total in 30 matches for Millwall Keynes. Wolves is his most prolific club, bagging 29 64 appearances. Afobe has had 12 professional clubs. Okay. And then we've got words from the man himself, I believe, in this londonnewsonline.co.uk. Benik Afobe aiming to repay Millwall with goals after making permanent transfer. Benik Afobe reckons he has unfinished business at Millwall, and that was one of the reasons he chose to return to the club. The 29-year-old has signed on a permanent deal from Stoke City after scoring 13 goals for the South Londoners in the last campaign. Afobe told Millwall's recast, yes. It seems what the club's doing now, they put up a story on their website, Millwall, and you click on it and you think, okay, I'll read this, and there's nothing there to read. It's literally telling you to go and watch on Millwall's recast. And that's how it is now, isn't it? The youngsters, the young people, the little ones, they don't want to read. They would rather watch. Which, well, you're doing it now. You're watching this video if you're hearing me say these words. So I suppose you too. And I mean, I'm doing both. If you watch this video, you're getting the best of both worlds. You can read along with me, or just listen, do something else, and listen in the background while I read the story to you. So you're getting the best of both worlds if you follow the Daily Millwall. So there you have it. Afobe told Mills recast. It's great to be back. I'm absolutely delighted to be back, and the welcome I've got from the lads, the fans on social media, and the feeling is mutual. It's been a busy summer for me. The phone has been ringing, a few clubs here and there speaking to my agent, my family, myself. But coming back to Millwall Football Club is where I feel very comfortable, and there's a bit of unfinished business. I spoke to the manager all summer. I've been speaking to the teammates. The love I've been getting here as a footballer is all you want and need. For me to go to the next level, this is the place for me. I feel like I've got the love to be repaid back by scoring many goals this season. It was good last season, yeah. I feel like I played better the second half of the season, but before that it was hard for me, you know. I came in from Turkey where I wasn't playing much at all. I was just trying to get my rhythm back, you know. Trying to understand my teammates and my teammates trying to understand me. We got there in the end. It was good, yeah. If our away form improves this season, we've got a good chance. It's just the beginning, yeah. Pre-season, we're going to work on a few things. Hopefully, come the first game of the season, we're going to be ready to go. We trained this morning, and them two, Fleming and Honeyman, they look really, really good. Yeah, I played against Honeyman a few times before in the championship. He's a great lad and an honest player, and he's going to be a great addition to the squad. Then Fleming today, the finishing drills, the way he finds the pass, he's got a lot of quality. Yeah, he's come from a great league. He's hungry and he's a great lad, so he fits in very well with all the lads. I'm speaking to Tom Bradshaw during the summer, and when he heard that this was on the cards, he was buzzing the same way I was buzzing, man. I've got a good friendship with him on and off the pitch. First person I saw when I came down for breakfast was him, and he started running to me with his hands open. It was like two brothers seeing each other after 6 or 7 weeks. That's what it really is, your squad, yeah. Everyone gets on with everyone. It's a great bunch of lads. When I left last season, I said it's the best changing room I've ever been in, and that was a massive influence to why I'm back here. The fans, the staff, my teammates and the manager, everything is so good so far. It's work time now, and hopefully we'll be ready come beginning of the season. Indeed. And who is the first game? Stoke City at home. The team that messed you around. They fucked you around, Benik. So you know what you need to do against them. Put a couple past them, maybe a hat-trick, that would be good. So there you have it, Benik Afobe. Like I said, the way he speaks, he's a real gentleman. He's absolutely brilliant, and I'm delighted to have him back at the club. Now we're going to move on now to the other guy, George Honeyman. Who's he? Well, let's find out. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk as well. George Honeyman has joined Millwall for an undisclosed fee from Hull City. The 27-year-old midfielder is the Lions' second signing of the summer transfer window. So what do we know about Honeyman? The Tigers wanted to keep him. Honeyman was one of 8 players at Hull City whose contracts expired, but the Championship club took up the option of a further 12 months. Did they want to keep him, or did they knew he wanted to leave and they want to cash in? Hull Vice Chairman Tan Kesler. Yeah, if you didn't know, Hull have, I think they've been taken over by a Turkish guy. He's like, I think like the Turkish Simon Cowell. He bought them. So revealed they were in talks over an extended deal for the former Sunderland captain. He said, "If George is happy with us, we'll do everything to make him stay. I've had warm conversations with him as a character. He's the type of guy I want to see in my team. I've told him where we are. I think we've offered him a very fair contract. Everybody expects it's different, of course. That's part of the negotiations. That's my job, and it's my job to get everybody's expectations on a realistic level." Oh, so maybe they were playing. They had to do a bit of financial fair play. Couldn't really bump up the wages. So he's been there for a while. He was there when they were in League One. So if he's on League One salary, and they didn't give him a proper pay rise to Championship level, no wonder he's left. He had a very good 2020-21 season. Hull City won the League One title in that campaign, and Honeyman swept the board with the Player of the Year awards, being voted #1 by both his fellow teammates and supporters. Then Tigers manager Grant McCann also named Honeyman as his standout player for that season. Honeyman scored 4 goals and got 14 assists in the 2020-21 season, starting all 42 League One matches he was available for. In total, he scored 10 goals with 23 assists in 126 matches for Hull. From midfield, damn, that's pretty decent. Well, that was in League One, mostly in League One though, yeah. Which club was he at before that? Sunderland, who he joined at the age of 10. Gospoye handed him his debut in 2015 as a late sub in an FA Cup tie at Bradford. He made 6 Premier League appearances for the Black Cats and was then a first team regular as they lost their Championship status in the 2017-18 season. At the start of the following campaign, he was named club captain by boss Jack Ross, the first to come through the youth setup and take the armband since Michael Gray. Best position can play in the middle of an orthodox midfield or as an attacking midfielder looking to break into the box. Good stuff. Fantastic. So let's hear from himself, the man. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk as well. George Honeyman has revealed that Millwall made their first move for him before Hull City took up an option to extend his contract. So here's the thing. Obviously, they waited till his contract was nearly over before they tried to trigger an extension. But if you're a player and your contract is about to expire in the summer, you can start talking to clubs from January. So we could have been talking to him from January, because he would have thought that maybe Hull was going to let his contract run out, and then they click their fingers, trigger the extension, and it's like, oh, what, I'm staying here now? So, Hull, you're playing silly games, you know. Do you want to keep the guy? Do you want to let him go? Like, we saw that with Millwall. What was the first deal they did? It's for Sean Hutchinson, literally a week after the season ended. Like, that's how you do it. Get it signed up early if you want to keep them. The Lions made the former Sunderland skipper 27 their second edition of the summer transfer window with the transfer for an undisclosed fee wrapped up yesterday. Honeyman and striker Benik Afobe both flew out to Millwall's training camp in Ireland in the evening. The latter has signed on a 12-month deal. At the end of last season, Hull hadn't triggered the option in my contract yet, and I've spoken to the manager here and Alex as well about how they'd like to bring me in and how they see me fitting in, Honeyman told Millwall's recast site. Through the summer, Hull had triggered my contract, but my agent said there was still interest from Millwall. Basically, as soon as the window opened, the club put in a few bids for me. It all happened pretty smoothly. It's nice to be at a place where they want me badly. So, Millwall were talking to him about signing him on a free contract, a free transfer, because his contract was going to run down. Then Hull triggered the extension, and then Millwall said, well, we'll make an offer, and it seems like Millwall made one offer that was rejected and then another offer that was accepted, and the deal done. It's nice to be at a place where they want me badly. I'm absolutely delighted. I'm really happy to meet all the lads and staff. I can't wait to get my teeth into it and get going. I don't think they, the Millwall fans, will ever be disappointed in my effort. I like to put myself about and get around the pitch, chip in with goals, assists and tackles. I'm a midfielder, so I like to think I can do a bit of everything. I can't wait to be in at the Den and playing in front of them. I still enjoy playing at the Den as an opposition player because it's one of the best atmospheres you play in the Championship. To have them supporting me now will be a fantastic thing. I'm sure it will push my performances even higher. My plan and the club's plan is to get to the Premier League. It's a tough league, but it's always up for grabs. Hopefully, I can help push the club up the table. Fantastic stuff there. Saying all the right things. Pretty interesting. So, where does this leave our midfield though? Who's going to play? If you're only playing 2, I don't know. Are we going to change formation? We're going to play narrower now. Interesting stuff. Who plays? Now, I imagine we'll get a look at the Dartford game. I don't think it's literally probably going to be 2 different 11s, one in the first half, one in the second half. But that Ipswich game, we're probably going to start to see more how Millwall will line up. And who is it going to be? I don't know. Maybe you're going to need to figure it out as you go along. So we are going to move on to this, also from londonnewsonline.co.uk. It's loans. Millwall have received approaches for 2 players loaned out last season. Millwall manager Gary Rowett has confirmed that there have been loan approaches for Isaac Olaofe and Alex Mitchell. Lucian-born striker Olaofe has had 2 temporary spells at Sutton United, while centre-back Mitchell played 26 matches for League 2 side Leyton Orient in the 21-22 campaign. We've had a lot of loan interest in the likes of Isaac and Alex Mitchell, Rowett told us out on the press. The plan is, as we spoke about previously, give them the best possible chance pre-season to stake their claim in the squad this year, and then we'll make a decision, maybe a few weeks into pre-season, as to where we think they are. There is always an ongoing decision. There are factors around who do we recruit and where do we think these players are at. What's best for us and what is best for them. There are so many different factors. We're in no rush to do that. It's more important those players get an opportunity to show us how they have developed over the year they've been out on loan. That's the whole point. Can they get in our team? So it looks like they might be off on loan out again. Maybe in League 1, and we'll see how they do in League 1. But, I mean, getting on a bit now. Isaac Olaofe 22, he's going to be 23 I think this year or this season definitely. You're getting to the point where you should start thinking that if you're not going to play him, let him go. That kind of thing. So, but apparently clubs have been approaching Millwall trying to loan them out. Now, did they do that because they knew they were out on loan before and tried and just chancing their arm, or have Millwall put them up for offer and then see what comes in, and then they'll see if a decent offer doesn't come in. But here's the thing: if they're not involved in the first team squad, they're going to be playing for the under 23s, and that's not really good enough for them at that where they're at now. They do need to play a decent standard in front of a crowd against full-grown men, not in age-restricted games anymore. So we'll see about that. Talking of loans, another thing that's popped up now is this. There's the picture. They've cropped his head off for some reason, but that there is a Leeds United player, and his name is Charlie Cresswell. Indeed. And Millwall chasing a loan deal for this young man, highly touted Leeds United centre back. So that would suggest that maybe Alex Mitchell is going out on loan. If Millwall trying to get another loan in, it also suggests, as we're going to read, that Millwall are not trying to sign Dan Ballard. That is done and dusted. He is an ex-Millwall player. He's not going to be a Millwall player in the future, it seems. So Millwall are hopeful of concluding a season-long loan deal for the Leeds United's Charlie Cresswell. The 19-year-old centre-back is set to make a temporary move to the Championship to gain first-team experience. And the Lions want the England under-21 international, as they will not be bringing Arsenal's Dan Ballard back to SC16. Northern Ireland international Ballard had looked set to sign for Burnley on a permanent transfer, but that was not completed. Cresswell made his debut for Leeds in the EFL Cup in September 2020, and in total he has played 138 minutes of Premier League football. Spread across 5 appearances, he made his top flight debut against West Ham in September 2021. Yeah, and I think he's played like 6 times for England under 21s. He's only 19 years old, so not bad stuff. Not bad stuff. Does seem to be a pretty decent player. He's I think he's like 6'3" as well. He's an absolute unit. But interesting stuff, isn't it? We're trying to sign loan players in. Now he's 19. He's played in the Premier League, as I said there, 138 minutes. He's an England U21 international. Now, to be fair to Alex Mitchell, that's definitely an upgrade on him. So, if we can afford it, I don't know how much wages are we paying, but we're getting Premier League quality players. And here's the thing: what do you find at the top of the championship? You find teams that are the best of the championship. They got the best players in the championship. And they might not have a full squad of players who are Premier League standard, but they have a number of players you could look at and you think he could play in the Premier League, he could play in the Premier League. And if we need to, I think this, apparently there's more signings to come. Is this a push by Rowett and Millwall to fucking, never mind about the playoffs, they want to get top 2? Is this what they putting this together to try and get into the top 2? Bringing in Premier League quality players to get up to that level where you can say, you can look around the Millwall starting lineup and think, we've got 5 or 6 Premier League quality players in our team now. And when you play against someone who's, who we got now, Blackpool or Reading, someone like that, a team in this league that's struggling, Rotherham, you're going to think, we should be able to beat them. We got 6 players who are Premier League quality. They've got Connor Washington. So, yeah, we could be aiming for top 2 here. This could be it. I mean, crazy. So Rowett, this is from newsden.co.uk. Millwall manager on new EFL substitutes rule. What is he going to do with this? Is he got a plan on it? Now, I said the other day, was it Huddersfield? We're looking at they signed like the tallest striker in the whole of the pro game. Apparently, some 6'8" geezer from the conference. And you're looking at that, and why are they signing him? Because you can have 5 substitutes from 7 available. So you could buy it. You could buy like a beanpole player, put him on the bench. If you need him, bring him on. He can come on for 20 minutes. Obviously, he needs to be able to move and run about a bit, not like Matt Smith. But if you needed it, he's there. So Rowett has hinted the move to 5 substitutes in the EFL next season could have a bearing on Millwall's transfer activity. Clubs have been able to send on 3 substitutes from 7 available. The matchday squads will remain at 18. Rowett said the change allows 1 or 2 more forward options. Millwall have signed attacking midfielder Zion Fleming for a club record fee. Another attacking midfielder, George Honeyman, set to follow. Well, we know about that. EFL clubs were allowed to make 5 substitutions upon the resumption of football in 2019-20 and the following season, but that reverted to 3 in the last campaign. Clubs in UEFA competitions could make 5 substitutions last season. And Rowett says, I think it gives you a greater flexibility to change things late on. You can have a bit more of a plan because you know if you get one injury or someone isn't playing well, that might be 2 subs, but you've still got 3 left. So I think you have to have a plan to start a game, no different to any other game, but then you have to have a plan for how you finish it. Whether you're behind, whether you're drawing home or away, or whether you're winning. I think what it does is that it gives you greater flexibility. The obvious thing is that it allows you to house maybe 1 or 2 more forward options but it also allows you to change one or two other areas. For example, it might be that we are trying to bring in two really attacking wing-back options, so that if we're chasing the game late on, that might be something we look to. You put two wingers on there to try and chase the game late on. So there's different ways of doing it. How we'll do that, and we'll sort of work through that privately until the start of the season, but I think they're the options. So exactly, we saw it against Bournemouth last game of the season. Going forward, to be honest, Danny McNamara is not the best. He was on the ball all the time, and he's just like, get in there, do something. It didn't really work out for him. And Garrett said that before about him going forward. He's great defensively, but going forward, not much going on there. If we're losing the game, you can take him off, put on a more attacking player, boom, go for it. Get pinging balls in. Here's the thing, and on the other side as well with Malone, if he's a bit knackered, we've got players who are getting on a bit, 30s, 31. Another thing, you could change the whole front line. If they've been running around a lot, they're a bit knackered. Take all three off, put a fresh three on, boom, go for it. We're losing 1-0, boom, go for it. So that's an option now. Yeah, I mean, Garrett seems to be. It looks like he's enjoying thinking about what he could do with it. He does seem to be relishing the chance to tinker and get a little bit, scrape a bit of an advantage in this situation where you can make 5 substitutions from 7 players on the bench. So we will see what Garrett does with that, and it could help win us some games. So, like I said, we've signed these players, but they're still looking for more. We're still being linked with players. And one of them now, this one, come up from footballleagueworld.co.uk, exclusive, Millwall, Sunderland and Burnley. Why is it those teams? Like, that's weird. Why is that weird? Because these are the teams that were linked with Danny Ballard. So, are they making it up? I don't know. On alert as they await Southampton transfer decision. Millwall, Sunderland and Burnley are 3 Sky Bet Championship clubs interested in signing Will Smallbone. Football League World understands that the trio are all keen on Smallbone, who could be allowed to leave Southampton on loan this summer. The 22-year-old has made only 20 appearances for Southampton, with just 8 of those coming in the Premier League starting lineup. Yet Smallbone has impressed in Southampton's under 23 circles, whilst he also made an impact at Irish youth level 2. Millwall, who are having a hugely impressive summer, are one of those clubs, as are Sunderland and Burnley. Okay. During the 2019-20 season, Smallbone did showcase his quality at senior level with a couple of assists in the Premier League, yet successive injuries robbed him of the chance to build on that consistently. So, they want to... Is this an exit? So let's have a look at him, because it doesn't say in that piece where he plays. Apparently he's a central midfielder. So here's the thing, he's 22. You get into that age, are you in the squad? Or you need to move on. He suffered a anterior cruciate ligament injury. 2-0 defeat at Leicester. And he was expected to be out of action for 6 months. So he actually came back in October 2021. So has he changed? Has he been affected? Is he not as good as he was? Terrible injury. So, but here's the thing: like, he's had 3 seasons in the Premier League now. 19-20, 20-21, 21-22. 9 appearances in the Premier League, 3 appearances in the Premier League, 4 appearances in the Premier League. So he does get involved there or thereabouts, but over, what is it, a 38 game season. That's not a lot. So he is very much a fringe player. But he's been there for 3 years now. And he's still only 22. Is he going to be 23? No, he's going to be 23 next season. So he had a lot. He's a youngster, had a lot of promise. Now he's played for the Republic of Ireland under 21s. He's aged out of them now. He hasn't made an appearance for the main one yet, the first Republic of Ireland team. So it does look like this is an exit loan. Or you think maybe they'll loan him out to get him some games because he's been injured, and they want to see if he can get back to the quality they showed before. But I don't know. It does look like they are probably loaning him out to get rid of him. So there he is. That's who Will Smallbone is. And just to remind you of the list that I've been keeping. So we have had all of these players linked with Millwall, and one of them has actually come true. That's George Honeyman, and that was put up by News at Den. And I think they obviously knew that it was happening. They got wind of it, and then they published it as an exclusive, I believe, and they put it up. But all of these other ones, yeah, nothing's happened yet. I don't think any of these players have actually moved anywhere yet. So we'll wait and see. And if you look at the bomb, there have been 3 added to the list today. Will Smallbone from Southampton. That was from that. I just showed you that Football League World. Charlie Cresswell, Leeds United. That came from Football Insider. And also Papa Habib Gueye from KV Kortrijk. And if you've been watching for a while, you may remember that name because we were linked with him before in January. That didn't happen. I think he got injured in December, but we were probably lining up and move him. Didn't happen. So today we have been linked with him again from Football Insider. There's the man himself there, and that picture was taken at a friendly, I think this past weekend. And sources: Watford and Millwall plot moves for Papa Habib Gueye amid £2 million reveal. Millwall and Watford are set to rekindle their interest in Senegalese striker Papa Habib Gueye in this summer's transfer window. Football Insider understands Millwall and Watford have both held a long-term interest in the KV Kortrijk forward and considered signing him in the January transfer window, only for an untimely injury to cut short his season in December. A recruitment source has told Football Insider Millwall had scouts watching his return in a recent pre-season friendly where he scored twice for the Belgian side. Gueye, who has still 2 years left to run on his deal, KV Kortrijk, is valued in the £2 million bracket by the Belgian club, and that is a fee that would be affordable for both Millwall and Watford. Would it? I mean, we've already spent a lot of money already. I mean, I don't think so. I'm not too sure. So yeah, like that's it. That's so he scored 5 times in 16 appearances in 21-22 before injury ended his season. He now has 11 goals and 4 assists in 51 games in the Belgian top flight. So, and here he is. This is it. KV Kortrijk wins against KVM with a 3-1. This is from their official site, kvk.be. And there's the video there. If you want to go and watch it, I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to get struck down. But yeah, he scored a couple of goals. He had a couple of other decent chances that he kind of missed. I mean, he looks alright. Got a bit of pace, got a bit of muscle about him, got a bit of strength. So I don't know, but I think signing another striker for 2 million. I mean, if we do that, I mean, I'm going to be amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. But we got linked with him, so he's on the list. There he is there. And apparently we're still trying to get players in, so Who knows? It may happen. Some of these may still happen. We'll just got to wait and see. So, and on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.